Guys, I invited Joe to sit with me for a little while. He won't be here too long because he's going, look girl, I gotta go cook. It's Mother's Day today and we're doing boil up a Belizean dish. And I have to go make a chocolate cake first though. And then, we won't eat right now though, right?
I gotta go.
It is 11. Oh my God, I'm gonna drop it right here.
Yeah, I gotta go buy my pigtail at least for 2 hours.
Oh my God, can you boil it out here? Can you put the electric stove and boil it out here?
It's not true.
The house is gonna get hot.
It's not going to get hot.
And this is one of the hottest days right now. Remember it was cold a few videos ago, now it's hot. So 11/11 freaked me out because 2 reasons. My daughter has a song out called 11/11. I'll put a link down below so you guys, or up above in the cards I'll put it. And then the person I want to talk about, her channel is called 11/11 True Crime. Oh my God, that is so freaky just now. So that content creator is the lady that I told you I want to see if she can print my decks for me. She does sleuthing, Joe, and she also does tarot card readings. And when she comes on, she does like 3 live events back to back to back. I think one is for her to ask the questions and talk about her research that she did and then read the cards. And then the next one is the viewers can ask the question, and then I think the next live is for her members. I think that's what she does. So she was on a couple days ago and she said she was going to take a day off because she had to go do some sleuthing, some investigating. So apparently she did, and she came back yesterday. I don't know how many videos I missed, but I saw this one, and I'll definitely put that link down below that you guys can go see it. It's kind of long. It's about an hour long, but I promise you it's not boring. All right, it is so jaw-dropping, shocking. My daughter Jada, her jaw fell to the floor. So what she does, Joe, so there's a perp picture that they put out on the 10th, I think, of February, right? Okay. Kash Patel put it out saying this is what Google recovered off of the lady's device, because remember she didn't have the membership, yada yada. And so they said because they broke the camera and took it, that's why they got that last footage that was sent to the clouds. I feel like they have more than that. I just feel like Google doesn't want us, are you okay, Evie? Google doesn't want us, the members, if you have a Nest Cam, to know how much they really track you. Like, I don't have the membership to my Ring doorbell. It's $50 a year. I got other things I gotta pay, right? So what I did was I bought more cameras that record to my hard drive or record to a memory, so I don't have to fool with the cloud and stuff like that. So when they put out that video, right, a lot of people right away say it's a man. They're calling him a man. He's bulky, he's built square like a man, whatever. He's tall. He's at least 5'9" to 5'11" tall, right? Okay. So there was a content creator that came on as I was going to bed, like the first night after the video came out, and he said he's a linguist, so he tracks how people's speech patterns are, so he can tell if they're lying and stuff like that. So like how they have body language expert, he's like a speech language expert. And he made a video saying, I'm making a video on body language today, which I don't normally do, but I really want to talk about this perp at the door because I don't think it's a man, I think it's a woman. And he broke it down. He drew on the video with a red marker, Joe, and he showed even under the bulkiness that the person had more of a woman's figure. And then he showed the eyes, the feminine eyes, but people think they had like nicely manicured eyebrows, but the eyebrows wasn't really manicured. He said the person had on like a latex mask underneath the ski mask, so the latex mask kind of sat right here on the top part of the eyebrows, making the rest of the eyebrow look cut off and thin, you understand? Then he had on the ski mask. So he had me convinced of that because he was the first person I saw talk about an extra mask underneath. And he's saying even though the gloves are double gloved or whatever, and I don't know if I remember him saying they were double gloved. He said something about the gloves, but he showed in when the person cupped their hand like that, he showed where the little finger on the person was super skinny, and it had a ring on it, and the ring was like flat and had some lines. He drew all that with his marker, and the next day when I woke up I couldn't find him, and I searched for weeks and can't find him. I finally had the AI search, and they said either he deleted the video or he made it private, but the video doesn't exist anymore. And I wish that I had like screen recorded or something, because I don't know how to download people's videos anymore. So I kept the woman idea. I've told you guys in my videos, I kept the woman idea in the back of my brain that I'm not going to be shocked if it turns out to be a woman, but I'm not 100% married to the idea that it is a woman. Right? I go back and forth, I vacillate. So last night, Mama D showed in her sleuthing. She'll do this thing from time to time where she'll pick a person that she thinks could be a suspect, you know, be it Annie or Tommaso or the people they detained or whatever, and she'll put, like she has a program or an app or something where she'll put them underneath the mask, and so and I see what's his name Monk's Intrigue will do things like this too. So when they have on the mask like this, Joe, you can see their eyes, you can see a little part of their mouth, right? You can't see the ears because the ears are covered by the ski mask. You can't see their neck, they're like covered here, and they think here might have a tattoo, but people say it's a shadow, you know, where the gloves met their sleeves or whatever. But you can definitely see the eyes. And even when Monk's Intrigue reversed the image or something, you could see the eyes looking right at the camera. I've always felt like the perp knows the house and that somebody told him or her that the camera wasn't set up to work, you know, with the membership. And they're thinking that because the membership is not paid, that the camera shouldn't like be recording. But it'll do something to when people come in front of it, right? You want to get your glasses? Get your sunglasses. Your eyes look kind of tired, baby. Get your sunglasses. So, coming back to Mama D put somebody else she'll put people under the mask, and then something doesn't line up. The eyes, you know, maybe the perp's eyes are turned down, well, the other person's eyes are turned up, you know, the lip doesn't have that little funny heart-shaped thing, or whatever it is, something does not line up, so we know it's not the perp. Well, yesterday she put somebody under the mask and she went through line by line. That's part of the name of her video. And she showed, I think, the lips first. And the person definitely has like a crook in their lip over here. And you can see some of the lip, but then she drew in what the rest of the lip would look like underneath the mask, right? And then, but I think you can still see the crook. Now, from that first man's video, Okay. From that first man's video, the linguist, he showed that the mustache was fake and the goatee was fake. And that looks fake to me, indeed. It does. But I thought it was a clean-shaven man that put on those two things, right? And so you could see when Mama D was showing that thing is fake. So she did the lips and I'm like, okay. And I was watching the replay. So she's like, on a scale from 1 to 10, tell me what you think. And I think I would give the lips a 9 if I were watching at the time she was doing it. So then she did the eyes, and the eyes had me even more convinced. And then she did, what else did she do? She did the eyes, she did the eyebrows. She kind of showed the ears through the mask, but you can't see that so well. There was something else, but I was convinced from the lip. From the time she started, I was convinced from the lip. And then she started to like diminish. Like she put the perp behind, and she had the perp on the left. She put the perp on underneath the mask, and she diminished the perp and bring that person up. And it's like, holy crap, they're kind of looking pretty close, right? And the way the perp's mouth was when he had the bite light in his mouth. So she showed the picture of a person, the person that she had underneath there. The ears, the top of the ears were lined. It was the ears, even though it was through the mask. The top of the ears lined up with exactly the picture she had. The chin lined up. A bunch of things lined up, guys, line by line, precept upon precept. Isn't that what the Bible says? So let me tell you, when she brought forth who the person was, it was Savannah. I said no, because the other night when on the interview room, the detective Chris McDonough said, the one person I can definitely rule out is Savannah. I'm like, can you though? And I didn't suspect her. But I don't think we can rule out anybody at all. The only person I know I can rule out is me, because I wasn't there. We could probably rule out the rest of my family too, because they weren't there. But you know what I mean. I'm exaggerating. So I showed it to Jada, and her chin was on the floor, okay? I think I'm going to do Lenormand. Her chin was on the floor. So, I have a lot of questions. If it is Savannah that was in that suit in front of the door, then did that image come from the night of January 31st? That's the first. I'm not going to ask the cards all these questions. I'm asking you. Did that image come from the 31st? Because I've always wondered when those two images came from, the video and the still shot. Now the still shot, I don't think is the same person that was in the video. All right? I've always suspected it was two different people on the same night. That's what I suspected. The still shot, honest to God, that looks like Sheriff Nanos. More and more, when I see people put it out there, I thought it was a joke at first, but now I'm looking at it, looks like Sheriff Nanos, right? And Sheriff Nanos did say he was at the house the night before, and everybody thought he slipped up. But did he? No. What did Savannah say when she had that interview with Hoda? She said that her husband went on a tennis weekend that she got him for Christmas, as a Christmas gift. And then she said she and her kids went over to Carson, actually, right? And then she said they came back the next day. She didn't say what time. I'm assuming it's in the late afternoon, right? And this is New York time. And at that time, Arizona was 2 hours behind New York. Since then, time has changed, and Arizona is probably, well, Arizona was 3 hours, I'm sorry, behind New York. They're now only 2 hours behind New York. So she said that Annie called, she answered the phone, and she says, is everything okay? Something to that effect, or I don't think she said what's wrong, is everything okay? And I found that an odd thing for her to say when her sister called, because when my sister calls me, because we talk almost every day, I don't say, is everything okay? I said, hey, what's up? Right? Which kind of means the same thing, but it's different, right? And then, but I didn't harp on that. It kind of struck me as strange, but I didn't harp on that. And then she says, no. And she says, mom's missing. And she says, what do you mean? Annie says, mom's missing. And Savannah says, what do you mean? And Annie says, she's gone. And then she says, well, call 911. That's Savannah. And I'm saying it more excitable than Savannah said in the interview. She said it more lackadaisical, like, well, call 911. And then she says, Annie says, I did. And she says, the back doors were propped open. Well, now we've learned that it's not several back doors. It's like a door and then like a screen door or something. So it's those double doors. They were propped open. And she says, we thought maybe she had a medical event in the night, and the paramedics came and took her away on a stretcher, and they went through the back. Because, you know, in the front they have some steps, right? So I'm like, okay. Oh, okay. At this point, Annie says, me and the husband or whatever called all the hospitals in the area. And she says, well, I'm going to call the hospitals. Savannah said she got off the phone and called all the hospitals, right? And so I'm like, okay, I'm asking Jada this morning. If I were to go missing, when Joe comes back, I'm going to ask him, all right? If I were to go missing, what hospital would they call? The hospital that I attend, that I'm a member of, is half a mile from here. But you can't even get through to get an appointment. Who the hell are you going to get through to ask them if a paramedic brought their mom there that night, the night before? You can't get through to anybody. Other than that one hospital, there's just a bunch of clinics. Nobody wants to answer their phone. It's all AI answering the phones. Who are they calling? And why wouldn't they think that the easiest thing to do is call the police, because the police is in connection with the fire department, and the fire department would know if a paramedic went to that house the night before, because they would have a record of that. You know what I mean? I watch Chicago PD, Chicago Fire, and Chicago Med. I know these things. They're always in touch with each other. They would be the one that said, well, no, we did not have no pickup from there last night, and we're the closest one to that house. Calling the hospitals? Let me ask Joe the question. Joe, if I were to go missing and you think that maybe a paramedic came and took me from the house, right? And because the back door was propped open or whatever, would you call any hospital to find out if I were at the hospital?
Yeah.
Okay, how would you know how to call the hospital?
Look up the hospital.
Look up the number and call and do what? You would seriously call a hospital?
Yeah. Why?
I wouldn't.
Why not?
Because they don't answer the phone.
Well,
I would honestly call the police.
Oh, yeah,
I would call the police and tell the police, what if it's a medical event? I know that the police would get in touch with the fire department because they're the one that controls the paramedics.
Okay, you're right.
You ever try? You see, he's never called Kaiser. Mm-hmm. Have you ever called Kaiser ever in your life?
Nope.
We've been members since 1991. Not once has he called there to make an appointment. I'm the one that suffers. One time I left him to call and make an appointment when the kids were little, and I took the kids to work, and I said, make this appointment for me while I'm gone. I came back and he says I couldn't get through, and I said, how many times did you call? And he goes, once.
No,
And he
I
says the
wait-
machine came on and I just hung up.
No, I wait for about an hour.
She didn't wait for no damn hour. He hung up the damn phone. So, yeah, I mean, who are you gonna get through to?
That's true. That's true.
Calling
You're
the
right.
hospital, right? So, I'm gonna play it at the end, that little part of the interview. So, what I want to, okay, my question, Joe, the lady Mama D showed that under the mask, it was possibly Savannah, the daughter that lives in New York.
Okay.
So the mom went missing wee hours of the morning on the night of January 31st, so officially on February 1st. And she got the call in the afternoon. The video that they showed with the perp supposedly took place the night before, although they claim the video has no timestamps. They said the picture nor the video has no timestamps, but they led us to believe that the still photo is from February 11th. So my first question is, if Savannah did this, was she really at Carson the night before? She said, I was at Carson. That's something easily provable, right? Right? But they don't have no reason to question Savannah. They think she's above board because she works over there, fancy job, getting millions of dollars. So Mama D did a video before this one where she showed that when Savannah went on her throat surgery hiatus, because she had to remove nodes from the vocal cords, that this beautiful Black American girl, Chanel, took over her spot, and that the ratings went from whatever Savannah had them up by 12%. When you do a 0.5% drop or increase, you lose or gain millions of dollars. Can you imagine 12%? How much they gained? So they're saying that they were going to get rid of her, and she didn't want to go to the Olympics. And so all this stuff happened right before the Olympics. Oh my God. Joe, what question should I ask? Should I ask if Savannah had something to do with this?
You could, yeah.
Because my last video was kind of like that, right? It was, what does Savannah know? What does Cameron know? I was already on this path before Mama D came up with this. So what we're going to do is split the deck. We're going to look for the woman, Savannah. Let's make sure she's not at the bottom. We're going to look for the woman. And Joe's going to help me hold it down. Did Savannah have something to do with her mom's disappearance? Remember, tarot is for entertainment purposes only. And we can't predict nothing or know nothing from these cards like that. We are just using our intuition to ask questions and figure out what the answers are. Holy crap. Okay, Joe. Help me if it starts blowing away, okay? The first card we got, my nose is itchy, is that the stars?
Yeah.
Is that the stars? You see how I don't understand what they are and they don't have the name on it?
The way I know it's a star because some little white dot.
Some
in
little
there.
stars, right? Yeah, that's why I'm making my own. I need to print them. If that lady can't print them, I'm going to buy a printer and do them myself. So the star is about hopes, dreams, and guidance. Okay? So the first word, this is a sentence. The first word of the sentence is about hopes and dreams.
Okay.
Right? Hopes and dreams and guidance. And it's also about the internet. This is also about online, the internet. They put a new meaning onto it because we have the internet now. The next card is the writer. What does the writer do? The writer brings messages, I believe. And it is message, news, information. She's in the news. Not just in the news because her mom's missing, but she's in the news business, right? Savannah is her. We put her in the middle. Then the scythe is the one that follows her. And the scythe cuts away at things. It's cutting away. Let's see. 10. Removal, cutting, harvest, surgery, quick ends. Were they going to remove her from her position? And then the coffin. The coffin is an ending. 8. It's about death, letting go, hardship. Guys, I feel like this hand tells us that definitely something was going on with Savannah. Definitely something negative was going on. Her job wasn't as secure as they led us all to believe, right? So now the next question that I need to ask Joe, help me out, give me an idea. Was Savannah at Carson's?
Yeah.
Right? Was she where she said she was? Was she at Carson's the night before? Or did she leave her kids at Carson's and took a trip down to Tucson, Arizona to go pose in front of that camera? That person definitely has the right height. Annie is shorter. What's her name? Savannah is even taller than Tommaso. And remember, I keep telling you that I get that Knight of Cups for Tommaso, like he's a great romantic. I don't know that he would do something like this. Oh my God. I saw Jim the Explorer, or Exploring with Jim, was over there like crying out to Cameron saying, Cameron, why are you not out here helping me look for your mom? I'm over here digging up dog bones, dead people bones, all type of bones I'm digging up, and you're not over here helping.
Because they already got her. They already find her.
What did they? Were they the ones that took her? That I think that's what we're asking now. We already believe they found her. Are they the ones that took her? So the question is, was Savannah? And I don't know that Lenormand will tell you location because Taro doesn't. But let's ask anyways. Was Savannah really at Carson that night? So are we going to pick anyone for the middle, Joe? Was she at Carson? Let the Holy Ghost pick all 5 cards, huh?
Yeah, but
Okay, that's 1. That's 2. 3, 4, 5. Okay, hold this to me, baby. So the first one is the child. In my deck, the child is Jada as a little kid, as a little 3-year-old kid. And it says 13. It says youth, young person, new beginnings, immature, starting out. It could be her kids. Her kids were probably at Carson. The next one is the moon. And the moon says dreams, intuition, illusions, romance. Illusion? Was it all an illusion? Then the next one is the fish. And the fish is good. It's about money. It's about wealth, independence, money, funding. I have an idea about this, but let me continue. The mice, 23, is the mice eats away at stuff. So the mice is about anxiety and fear, deterioration, worry, and stress and nagging. This is like the 9 of Swords in tarot. The last one is the fox, and the fox is about deceit, cunningness, right? It's just like what you sly as a fox. Didn't they used to say that? Clever. It's about the job, sneaky, cunning, business enterprise. I would really wish that law enforcement would question Carson Daly to see if she was there. Because even if she was there, that video could have taken place another night. I told him that the sheriff said he was at the house the night before and people thought he slipped up. He didn't slip up. He was there the night before. Okay? So there was definitely something going here with an immature energy. Either her children were there or the young girl that's taking over her spot that was running it, she's a lot younger. And then the fish was about her money. What if, oh my God, what if she told her siblings, let's do this and we're going to get a big payout and I'm going to cut you off some?
you never know.
Oh my God. Is this like Jussie Smollett all over again? Because I was with Jussie Smollett. I didn't think he was guilty. And I prayed he wasn't guilty, but he was. And she was losing money and losing sleep and stressed out. And then the cleverness of it all. Oh my God. Joe, do you think it could have been Savannah in that doorway?
Say that again?
Do you think it could have been her at the door as the perp?
Could be. You never know.
Oh my God. What did I say? Tarot is for entertainment purposes only, and I am blown away by this. I am verklempt. What do Jewish people say? I'm verklempt. Who the hell? What the hell? Who the hell is texting me like this? I want Joe to listen. I want you guys to listen really quickly.
And Mom's missing.
Mom's missing.
I said, what?
What?
What are you talking about?
What are you talking about?
She said she's
gone.
And she was in a panic.
I was in a panic.
I was in a panic. I'm like, call 911.
Call
She's like, I
911.
did. We called them.
They're
They're
here.
here. And we thought that
You
she
hear the
must have
inflection?
had like some kind of medical episode in the night. So, you know, Annie and Tommy had already called all the hospitals.
All
but
the
then
hospitals.
I'm like, oh, I'm
Not
gonna
one
call the
hospital.
So then
All the hospitals.
I started calling the hospitals.
I started
and
calling the hospitals. Okay. If your sister and your brother-in-law, who took the best care of your mom always, already told you they called all the hospitals, then why did she call all the hospitals too? Why didn't she get on the horn and buy a ticket to run back to Tucson? Right, Joe?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So why is she calling the hospitals? I wouldn't have been doing that. I would have trusted my sister when she said I called the hospitals.
That's what I'm saying. She said the sister and brother-in-law called the hospital.
Mm-hmm.
So why she called the hospital?
Right. Get your ticket. And how did Cameron get to Tucson, Arizona before Savannah? She's in New York and he's in Vermont, supposedly, because there's definitely enough evidence to show that Cameron was possibly in Tucson since the ending before the mom's birthday. Mom's birthday was January 27th. He was in Tucson the whole time. They say he has a condo there. If he's renting an Airbnb or a condo, whatever, I don't know. But he definitely was there. And sometimes the streamers suspected he was staying in that casita in the back of Miss Nancy's house. No, and the interview continues to where she said she asked Cameron because he was there, and he goes, "What does it look like?" And then he said, "It looks like a kidnapping for ransom." And I've told you guys before, how the hell did Cameron know that it was for ransom if there wasn't a ransom note? My God, today, did these 3 kids, they're grown now, get together and say, "Let's kidnap mom and take her where"? Was it for a sham? Did the church people call too quickly and F up their plans? Do they have her in a convalescent? And what happened to that little plane that flew out the same night when everything was going down? My God, today. What did they do to this lady? What did they do to her, Joel?
She at home sipping champagne.
She not at home. The streamers are out there.
Yeah,
What do you think they did? You think they took her to Mexico? It's close. It's like 11 miles to the border. You think they took her to Mexico?
That could happen.
Do you think they paid people to go take that lady out of there and they reeled her out on a dolly?
Who knows what they're up to? I don't know.
Okay, give me one last question for me to ask. Please?
Will this ever come out soon?
Huh?
Will the truth ever
Will the truth ever come out soon? Will the truth come out? So we'll do the book. Let's see what the book means. Hold on. That's a good question, Joel. The book is about wisdom, learning, secrets. So we'll do the book in the middle, and we're gonna ask the question. Is she okay? Evie!
Even eat grass, she's alright.
We'll ask the question. My son Jory got a new puppy last night, and we're gonna be babysitting the puppy during the day while he works, because his wife works at night and she sleeps late in the day, so that puppy's gonna make a lot of mess in the house while she's sleeping. So we'll watch her for like a couple of weeks till he goes off. He's a teacher, and then he will have 2 months to train her. So Evie is gonna be, she better get used to it. She's gonna be crazy. All right, let's split the deck. We're gonna look for the book to put in the middle as the secrets, to ask if the secrets are gonna come out. For my Lenormand deck, Joe, the book that I used was my Bible from when I was a child. But it doesn't have the Holy Bible on the top. It's just on the side and you don't see it. So you don't know what the book is, but that's the book that I used. The book. Joe, this is a really good question. Thank you for hanging with me, baby. Sometimes Joe can't stay out here too long because he has trouble with his sinuses.
I'm going ready for cooking. You almost finished with
Yeah, this is the last one. This is the last thing that we're asking. Okay. So the first card in the lineup is the key. The key is always a good positive answer, Joe, when you're asking a question. The anchor is something that can keep you safe or it can keep you stuck. That makes sense, right? And then the book, we put that in the middle as the secrets. We want to know if the secrets are going to come out. And then the tree, remember I love getting the tree on this Nancy the other day because it's about long life, right? And then the letter. So instinctively or intuitively, I always use that word wrong. I'm gonna say yes, but let's see what the key means really quickly. Joe, when I make my cards, it's gonna have you see how I put the meanings on the cards, right? The key is revelations. Joe, you hear that? Solution, important, opening, Doesn't that sound like a yes? The next one is the
Yes,
anchor 35. It's about stability, security, long-term, safe. Safe. Other card readers that I see read Lenormand says it can keep you safe, but it can also keep you stuck. So I'm going to say she's safe. Right?
Stuck right
Then the
now.
book. Then the tree. We went around the bend to take a picture of a tree on that street back there, and this house was broken down and the windows are busted out and the walls are opened up to the wires, and this little old lady was coming and she goes, "You're taking a picture of my house?" We were taking a picture of the tree, and I'm like, "No, of the tree." And I go, "You live here?" I don't know how she lives there with that window busted
And
open.
she got in the back, they have like a little house.
Like in the backyard? So it's probably she living in the ADU, because that front house is not livable. Okay, what are we looking for? The tree? Number 5. It says family, tree, growth, ancestry. Then the last one is the letter 27. 27 is the letter, and this is mail, email, documents, award, written information. Intuitively, what does that tell you?
Gonna be soon.
Right? It's gonna come out and soon. See, even Joe using his intuition. All right, so for the gush, I'm gonna pull Joe. Joe's not gonna stay for the gush. I'm gonna pull tarot. Take this for me, baby. Oh, you're dropping. Can you get those? I'm gonna pull tarot, and I'm gonna pull a Celtic cross to ask one last question. And the question is gonna be, are all 3 of these lady kids involved? Joshua said, if that's true, that lady really got dealt a bad hand in life. All 3 of you picked them bad? All 3 of you picked them bad? What in the hell? Take my phone for me too, baby. Thank you, darling. No start your pigtail yet though, because I want to come do the cake first, yeah? No, I'm coming right now to do the cake. Huh? No, but I'm coming right now. Give me like 2 minutes. Huh? Huh? But can you boil your pigtail outside? Yes? Yes? Why not? I hate the smell of pigtail. Oh God. I hate the smell of pigtail. And then it's gonna make my house hot and I have to go make a whole cake. Alright, so we're gonna ask tarot in a Celtic cross. We're gonna change it. We're gonna say, what exactly happened to Miss Nancy? This is for the gush. What in the hell happened to Miss Nancy? Alright? What in the HE double hockey sticks happened to this poor old lady? And for the person who gets offended when I say old lady, what do you want to say? The lady is old. That don't mean nothing. I old too. I old. I can't believe I'm gonna be 60, guys. But I'm really grateful, because I should have been dead at 18 when I had this one surgery and I slipped into a succinylcholine induced apnea. Lord have mercy. Thank you, God, for my life. What exactly happened to this lady, Lord? Show me. Show me. Only true and clear answers. What happened to Miss Nancy? Was she truly kidnapped, Lord? By strangers who meant to do her harm and come after the family for... Who the hell sent the ransom note? What? That's why Derek Kalala was like, we ready for on our end for our Bitcoin. Where the Bitcoin? Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Jesus. The hangman, surrender, new perspective, pause. Did they put that lady in a convalescent somewhere in Mexico? Do they have convalescents in Mexico? The 8 of Wands, speed, momentum, progress, swift change. So the hangman was the signifying card. The challenge is the 8 of Wands. Now I like this card whenever I get it, but something needed to happen quickly. Why? Wait a minute. I have another question. Remember Jada asked a long time ago, Jada, my daughter, said, Miss Nancy may have had something to do with her own disappearance because the 8 of Swords keep coming up, right? Right? Did Miss Nancy play a part? What was the question? What the hell happened to her? The foundation is the Wheel of Fortune, fate, good fortune, turning point. This is not a bad foundation to stand on. Man, I think I have before this one. I have one video political that I have to put up, and I'm gonna rush to put this one up. If I don't put this up on the night of tonight, Mother's Day, I might put it up the next day. In the past is the devil, temptation, indulgence, addiction. Who is addicted? We've gotten this before, right? In some of the reads with them. The Six of Swords, departure, moving to calmer waters. Where the hell did they take this lady? That's why when Mama D didn't get that she was buried anywhere, blah, 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 she said, I didn't get any kind of flesh at all. So maybe she's bones. No, she's not dead. In the future, the High Priestess, intuition, mystery, inner wisdom, and secrets. I'm not sure if we're going to keep giving Savannah the Queen of Swords. I think I might want I want to change her to maybe the Queen of Wands. Let me check which one of those queens have anything to do with communication. All right, I know that we gave Annie the Queen of Cups because that's about intuition. Internally, stress, anxiety. That's why they don't take none of this lady medicine. They watch your phone. They didn't take anything that, you know, they can find her through. Poor Jim over there digging up dead bones and stuff like Randy Travis, man. Eight of Cups, walking away from what no longer serves them. Jesus. Oh my God, can you believe how big this story is gonna be? Can you guys believe how big this story is gonna be when the story broke? Because it's gonna break, you know. They're gonna find out. Partnership, harmony, choices, desires, the hopes and fears. They're in partnership. But then I'll say what happened to the lady? Two of Cups. The lovers is kind of like the two. Partnership, love, proposal. See, that's the outcome. Shit. And then the bottom of the deck, what we don't see coming, what they don't see coming, is the conflict, defeat, dishonor, dishonor. They're all going to be dishonored. Whatever happened to this lady, I don't know if this tells me what happened to her. Maybe the overarching energy moving the calmer waters. My friend Julie said maybe if I squint my eyes, that could mean death, right? What the hell? The Wheel of Fortune. Where did they take her? Did they put her in a convalescent somewhere, tuck her away, and tell her, be quiet? Remember my first vision I had, she was in a basement, but being cared for by a man and a family? Then I saw her, you know, in another vision where she was at the mall in the hijab and the whole Muslim attire hiding her. Holy crap. And the last one I got was that little village. Maybe it's not Vermont. Maybe the fishing village is somewhere in the Caribbean. Oh my God. They took her somewhere. That's what I'm going to come up with for this part. What happened to her? Whoever took her somewhere, and I'm not ruling out the family. I'm not saying the family did this, but I'm not ruling none of them from the family. Not the son, not the two daughters, not the son-in-law, not the grand picnic name, not the younger ones. But if Tommaso has an older boy, not him either. Who else? Derek Kalala, Luke Breda, which I don't think he has anything to do with this, but just in case. With a boy named Carlos and Kayla. I'm not ruling out none of these people. They're all ruled in back all over again. Let's go back to the drawing board. Would Savannah do something like this for ratings? People would. I don't know about her, but some people would. Ratings matter. I know because my degree's in radio broadcasting, and I've had dealings with the Nielsen Ratings Company. So I know how ratings work. It goes a lot, definitely tied to the company's money, and the company makes more money. They pay you more money. Was she getting washed up as she got into her 50s? You know, were people getting tired of her and that big gummy smile? What the F happened to, oh my God. Oh my God. You guys, if you're seeing this late Mother's Day night or even the next day, happy Mother's Day to all the moms. I'm having an amazing Mother's Day because I'm doing what I love, which is throw cards. I'm also doing macrame. I only have one thing to do for dinner today, is to make a chocolate cake. I was going to do it last night, but I didn't have the chocolate powder, the cocoa powder. So I'm going to go make a chocolate cake, and then I'm going to sit down and do something else I love, which is continue to design my Lenormand cards. I'm pretty much done except for the whip, but I'm making them big like this. I was making them small like that deck, and I'm not going to destroy that project that I have it in, but I want them to be this size because I want to be able to read the words, and when they're smaller the words are more cramped and smaller. So I definitely am making them this size, and I will figure out a way to get them printed if I have to buy my own printer and do it myself. But I hope this lady will answer me, Mama D, and I hope that she will print my decks for me for a reasonable price, and that way I can have at least another copy of my own, and maybe a copy or so to give, you know, give to a friend, you know what I mean? All right, guys, see you in the next one. Au revoir, je ne sais quoi.